I see Paula. I'm not going to talk to you yet, but I don't know if you see me. If you do, hello. I'm just working on a few things and make sure I get this right. If you see the Q&A down low. If you do, just say, "Can you see me and hear me?" Just type it in if you see me. Okay, good. You're in the chat right now, which is okay. But my darling, there's also a Q&A a little bit lower. I mean, a little bit more to the left. And if you see Q&A, you can write in there. But if you want to write in the chat, that's fine too, because I can see it. But there's a Q&A, and I'm going to open that up. That's what I'll be looking at. So if you want to write in there, you can. Aha, you see it. Good, 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 good. Okay, I am going to go and use the restroom. And then I will return, and I bet you our other participant, Julie, will be here, and then we will start. Get ready. I'll be right back. You can read what I have here. Okay, that looks good. Okie dokie. That means Miss Julie is here. Hello, 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 masters. You are in the midst of becoming a master. Hi. Do me a favor, Julie. I know you just got here. Can you just write in the Q&A, which is at the bottom of your screen? I know you've never done this before, but it says Q&A, and if you just go in there, you can just type in there that you see me and that you hear me. That would be awesome if you can do that. And it's right at the bottom. Do you not see it? Wonder if you can hear me. I wonder if you can hear me. Paula says I see you and hear you, so that's good. I know Paula sees me and hears me. So Julie, I'm hoping you can see me and hear me. And so if you can type in on the Q&A at the bottom of your screen, it says Q&A, or even chat if you see that. You can type in there that you see me and hear me. I hope you can. Cheers. Julie, Julie, Julie. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Julie, can you hear me? I'm looking, but I don't see it. And you can't talk right now because I have you all muted. Oh, she's a call-in. Okay. Julie is calling in, I think. Okay, so she's not going to be on video. But I wonder, so she won't be able to type. Got it. Okay. So Julie, you know what you can do, Julie, if you want? From Julie, okay, all panelists. From Julie to all panelists. She just joined. And in the chat, I'm just reading the chat right now. From Julie to all panelists. So hanging up phone now. You don't, okay, you can do that if you want. You can also just stay on the phone. From Julie to all, okay, I can see you. Yay, Julie. Okay, Julie is here and she's talking in the chat. And Julie, if you can, but internet may think out. Okay, so Miss Julie, if your internet goes out, you can always just call back in if you think you're going to have problems with the internet, and you can still talk to me and I'll be able to talk back to you. I'm not sure exactly how. I'll have to think about that. But stay here now and I'm going to start talking because you are here. We are all here. We are all present. Paula and Julie. Welcome. Okay, I'm going to put my Q&A. I'm going to keep it kind of at the top right now so I can see if you have any questions for me. You can't see it anyway. But today is the first day of you becoming a master. And the reason that I'm calling this a master's is because when I went from a coach to a master coach, it was a really intense process, but it really helped me come to the next level of what I wanted to do in order to help people in terms of coaching them. And I was thinking in this program here, I want to do the same thing for you guys. I want to bring you up to a different level. And I know right now you get all of the tools and you understand them. So that's how I was when I started coaching, is I understood everything, but I didn't get it to the level that I have it now. And that's of course from experience, but it's also through somebody who knew it better than me to mentor me and teach me. And that's what I want to do for you guys. And that's what we're going to do for the next 6 months, is I'm going to be mentoring you and other people get to a different level. And your level is going to be, each one of you, your levels are going to be different, which is why, if you look on my little pad paper, I have something that I think is very important that you need to really pay attention to. And I put here, to be a true master. I just added that actually. But this is what I have sitting on my pad, and I've had it actually sitting here for a while, and I wanted to use it with you guys, is that, remember, comparison is a threat to joy. And because other people are going to be in this group, you have to really watch your mind on what it does when you hear other people talking. Are you going to compare yourself and make yourself feel worse? Are you going to inspire yourself and help yourself feel better? Because everybody's going to be at different levels and they're going to be doing different things, and some things you're going to go, because this is what I hear from you and I hear from a lot of my clients when I do interviews is, oh, look where she is and I'm not there. I go, the only reason I do interviews is to inspire more people, not to make them feel worse. So when you're here with me and you listen to each other today, I want you to be inspired by each other when you hear something that makes you say, gosh, I wish I were like that. If that happens in your mind, I want you to say, and I can be like that. And it's the same thing with me. You know, a lot of times, I don't know, you might see something about me and you go, oh my gosh. You know, well, if you like something that I say, or you like the way I'm coaching you, or I say something or I do something, let it inspire you. Don't use it as ammunition against yourself. Comparison is a threat to joy. Welcome to the Masters. Okay, so this is the way that I want to start once you know that, is that I'm going to bring one of you on at a time. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and bring Julie on first because I'm afraid I might lose her. So the way that you do that is you have a raise your hand button. If you look down at the bottom of your screen, you're going to see something that says raise your hand. And if you see it, Julie, I want you to tap it. If you see a raise your hand. And if you don't, I'm just going to, if you can't get on, then what I'm going to do instead is I'm just going to unmute you so you can talk. So do you see raise your hand if you want to answer in the Q&A, yes or no? I'm going to try and just allow you to talk. I'm going to unmute you right now. Can you hear me, Julie? You can talk. Oh, you got your hand up too. I unmuted you. Julie, can you hear me? Julie, Julie, Julie? I'm going to see if I can bring Julie up. Everybody just stay with me for a little bit while we're getting these technical stuff together. Julie? I don't know if Julie's here anymore. Oop, wait. Yes, Paul is still totally with me here. I'm not sure if I see. Julie, I'm not seeing you right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you just listen, and I'm going to go over to Paula. And Paula, first, I'm just going to unmute you and see if you can talk to me. Paula, can you hear me?
Hello.
Hi, Paula. Yay, I got you. So you're hearing everything that I'm doing, right?
Yes.
Okay, and do you know how to raise your hand?
Yes.
Okay, you want to try raising your hand and see if I can bring you on?
Okay.
There
you go.
Uh-huh, okay.
Are you seeing me though?
Not yet.
Okay. It's got a P for my name, I guess, Paula, but
Oh, I
it doesn't
see you. I see it there. I just don't see. I'm going to lower your hand. I'm going to try it again because I see your hand, but I can't quite get to it. So I'm going to just keep you like this for now.
Okay.
Because I can hear you perfectly and you can see. Can you see me?
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
so you can see my board and everything?
Yep.
Okay, so are you good like this for a while until I can figure out why I can't get
Julie?
you on here?
Yeah.
Okay.
No problem.
Okay. All right. So one of the things that you wrote me, like these are the things that I want to talk about today with both of you. I want to talk about the idea of your 6 months, what you want in these 6 months. And I want to talk to you about what you think that your challenges may be. And you wrote me something, so that might have something to do with it. And then I want to help you create a model that what your model is right now, where you are right now, which we're going to call your before model compared to what it'll be in 6 months. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then we're going to create, it's like an intentional model, but we're going to create a result first and we're going to work our way up.
Okay.
Okay. Once we do some talking about what's going on in your head. But the goal today is to figure out what you want and then to be able to create a model that is aligned with it and then figure out if we need to lather some thoughts to get there
Mm-hmm.
or if we can just get there.
Okay.
Okay. So first of all, tell me and tell Julie too. Why don't you tell just a little bit about yourself? Because
Okay.
this is just practice for you because you're going to be on the podcast soon.
Okay.
Okay.
Um,
So I know,
I'm
but I don't think Julie knows about you. So why don't you talk a little
okay.
bit about that?
Okay. My name's Paula. I live in Albuquerque, New Mexico,
Yes.
and I found Dr. Deb um, a little bit by accident.
I love accidents.
It's probably totally purposeful. It probably was meant to be, but
I hope
I
so.
listen to podcasts back and forth to work because I work about an hour from my home. And um, after, losing and gaining the same 20 to 30 pounds over the last 30 years, I'm always looking for the next best thing, and was tired, but just really worn out and tired of the up and down. And then a year ago, I was diagnosed with breast cancer, went through surgery, and mastectomy, still going through some surgeries now. But long story short, my hormones were cut off because my cancer was estrogen and progesterone positive. So they
Mhm.
had to stop all my hormones. And I gained about 20 pounds on top of 10 that I probably needed to have off. And I was just really frustrated. And, being put into menopause literally overnight, my body has been reacting to that. And I found this podcast with Dr. Deb that specifically talked about menopause and losing weight and having peace and all of that. And that's really what I am searching for, is being peaceful, being satisfied, and not constantly struggling with the same weight loss and gain over and over again. So, that permanent place where I can just sustain and live a healthy life at a weight that I'm comfortable. So that's a little bit about me. I have
Yeah.
2 kids. They're one's in college, one just got her master's, and a husband and a mom that I take care of. But that's a little bit about me.
Yes. So where are you now?
So Deb and I literally just finished up last week
That's
for
right.
our 12 weeks, and I have lost weight. It's slow going, and I'd like to. I plan to lose, 20 to 25 more pounds.
Which?
To
20 or 25?
Okay, yeah. Let me think. 7, 7.
Why is it
Let's
20 to 25? Why isn't it
because I don't know how I'm gonna feel at a particular weight. I may be comfortable in my weight loss at 20. It may
uh-huh.
be 25, it may be 30, I don't know, but that's why I'm estimating. I have not been down to 150 in years, but that's where I would like to get, which is closer to 25.
Okay. And you're going to see how you feel?
Yeah. I'm noticing my body is different in
Uh-huh.
my 50s than it was in my 30s and 40s. I'm carrying my weight differently.
Uh-huh.
So, depending on how I feel in my clothes, in my skin, I don't know. Is that not healthy, Deb, to kind of not put a number on it per se? I mean, you have a goal, right? I have a
Yes.
goal, but for all I know, I will feel good at 155. And that would be a place I can maintain and live for the rest of my life.
Okay, but why don't you feel good now?
Oh, well, I do. I feel pretty good now. I feel better than I did.
So what's the difference? I mean, how will you feel then compared to what do you think the difference in the feeling is going to be?
Yeah, you're right. I mean, I feel pretty good right now.
I'm just asking what that means. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go by how I feel. Feeling is
Right.
just in case you forgot.
Yeah. Yeah. A feeling is not a good thing to go on.
No, listen. I just want to show you.
Yeah.
You see all this, right?
Yep.
Okay, feeling is feel good. Like, what do you mean by feel good? Because what you're saying is 150,
Mm-hmm.
and the feeling that you want from 150 is what?
Well, I would say contentment, but I'm fairly content right now.
Stay with me here, girl. Okay, content.
Yeah.
All right, so your contentness, according to the model,
Yeah.
isn't going to come from this number.
No. No.
What's going to make you feel content?
My thoughts.
Yeah, what are you thinking about 150?
Yeah.
You with me?
Yeah. I'm with you. What
I
am
mean,
I
you can
thinking?
still have a goal, Paula.
Yeah.
But I just want you to see that if you're looking, I mean, this happens to so many people about weight loss.
Yes.
Like, I don't know that you're going to get to 150 and then all of a sudden you're going to be content.
Yeah. That's
You can be
yeah,
content right now.
right.
So
Yeah.
I want to know what you're thinking about 150 that's going to make you feel so content. I want you to see that.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure
Yeah.
Julie, I know Julie's listening, and I know she's a thought ninja about this too. So I know her brain's going too. She may even agree with this. She may be doing the same thing. So
Right.
easy to do.
Yeah. Yeah. That's definitely false thinking, because then when you question me, I'm like, well, I'm actually very content right now.
It would be really nice if you were,
Yeah.
right? If you're looking for your contentedness based on your body,
Yeah.
that's like an invitation to yo-yo diet for the rest of your life.
There you go. Yeah.
I think what we found right now is a really old thought that still lives there.
Yeah. I agree.
And the reason that you're not saying a specific number because you're not sure how you're going to feel, as if the number is going to make you feel something. That number.
Right. Right. Yeah.
And it's impossible. It's only like, I wonder what I'll think at 155 versus I wonder what I'll think at 155
Right.
versus
I
what I
wonder what
think
I'll
right
think.
now at what you weigh right now.
Right. Yeah.
So let's just look at this quickly because I just want you to, what are you thinking about 150 that makes you want to think you're going to be so content? Let's look at it.
Flatter stomach, able to wear cute clothes, all those types of things.
Okay, so it might be the thought is that I love the way I look, and that would make you feel content?
Nope. That would be a nice feeling to like the way I look in clothes and in a bathing suit and such, but it has nothing to do with contentment.
Okay. But wouldn't it be nice? I'm just saying, wouldn't it be nice if you could figure out a way how to like the way that you look now?
Yes.
And then because I think a lot of us believe that we have to suffer to lose our weight.
Yes.
So if you're like content and you actually might be able to kind of like yourself right now, will you still be able to lose weight?
Yes.
Why?
Why? Because if I'm following my protocol and what am telling myself I want to do and how I eat, healthy eating, and if I'm following it, the weight will eventually come off without me having to suffer.
Well, or it's going to help you see what's getting in your way.
Uh-huh.
Because all the work that we've done has just shown you a lot of what's been getting in your way, which is a lot less to do with eating
Yeah.
and a
It's
lot
this
more.
old thought process of
Yes.
equating happiness with a certain weight.
Yes. And if that were the end all, you wouldn't have done what you've done for the last 30 years.
Yeah.
It's kind of like you're looking for happiness. And it's really not
Yeah.
there because
Yeah.
that's not where it lives.
Nope. Lives in my thoughts. Okay.
So I really think that what you were thinking about 150 when you said that I'll feel content is that you're going to be thinking I'm finally there. Or I mean, I'm trying to think what you
Yeah.
thought it was going to be so that when we start really figuring out a new model for you,
Yeah.
it's based on what you've been thinking.
Okay. Yes. So what am I thinking about 150? Well, I am very like goal oriented and
Yes.
to the point of um uh, in the past, sabotaging myself. Like I'll reach the goal. I'm like, "Oh, you reached the goal." And then you go back and say, "Good job." And then you go back to the way you were eating before, and then you do it all over again. So you're right, it can't just be about a number per se, because
You listen, you can have a goal as a number.
okay.
You can have a money goal, you can have a weight goal. It's just how do you want to think about it?
Yeah.
Right? That's all. It's
Yeah.
like, to me, it's like, what if the goal meant that you were honoring your own commitments to yourself? And that made you feel empowered.
Right. Honoring my own commitments. Yeah.
Don't write it down yet. I'm just talking.
I'm writing.
I mean, you can write, but I don't want it to be. I just want you to look at the difference
Yeah.
because that's really all you want to do over time is just to be able to honor what you say you're going to do for yourself.
Yeah.
So, how you want to be now is just as important as where you want to go. Because the better you can feel now about yourself, the easier it's going to get to where you want to go once you get rid of the stuff in your way that's going, oh, you're okay just the way you are. Go ahead and have the cupcakes. That's where I think you've been living.
Well,
It's either
that's
I'm
the
there and I can have cupcakes.
and Deb, I think that's kind of where you solicited for, things I want to talk about.
Yes, I
And
know.
and that's one of the things is like taking care of myself means following my own commitments,
Yes.
and then discussing indulgence versus planned joys.
So you said the temptation to indulge and restrict and establishing a new mindset surrounding these actions.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to look at that, but I want you just to look at this. That if you want your goal, like if you want your result to be 150, this is exactly
Mm-hmm.
what we're doing right now. I just put it up at the top because I want to see what you're thinking about it.
Yeah.
And I want you to see that I think what you're thinking is that it's going to give you something that maybe it won't give you.
I agree. Yeah.
So if we work it backwards,
Okay.
do you see this?
Yep.
Uh-huh. So we can just put here protocol. You want your result to be 150. What we want to figure out is what would be the A line that would get you there, but more important, what would you have to think and feel to do what it is that you know you need to do
Okay.
based on what we now know you have been thinking,
Yeah.
right? And that's really your before model, Paula, with all of the work that you've done, which has been phenomenal.
Yes.
That one thought really is your before model of what you think 150 is going to get you.
Wow. Yeah,
You with me?
I am.
So when we're creating this intentional model, this 6-month intentional model, which we can even put up here, 6 months of protocol,
Yeah. Yeah.
6 months of following a protocol and working with Dr. Deb, knowing that the result that we want is 150.
Yes.
And that doesn't have to be the result that you want, but I think it's a good result to put there.
Okay. Good.
And I think that it's important that you just put whatever number you want. Like if you get down to 150, you go, oh my God, I am so skinny. It's ridiculous. I got to put some weight on. You will.
It sounds funny.
I know. But I mean, if you don't like the way you look, you'll gain
Right.
weight.
Right.
You can find out.
Yeah.
Like there's no reason why you can't find out unless you think there is a reason.
Okay. No, I don't think there's a reason other than the fact that
Mhm.
I have these thoughts, realizing how hard it has been, just to lose 13, 14 pounds over the last 12 weeks.
Okay, how hard it is?
Hard meaning slow, how slow it
Okay, but
has
I want
been.
you to look at that, my darling.
I know.
I mean,
I
this
want to
is
be
what we're
straight with
doing.
you.
You got to be straight. And Julie's probably just giggling a little because it's like she's relating to all this, I'm sure. And it'll be
Yeah.
a little bit different for her, but you've got to see some of these things that you're thinking. That's why I
Right.
wanted to do a master's class because I don't want to leave you with this stuff.
I appreciate that very much. I'm very thankful to have it.
Right. So, how hard is it, Julie?
I hope she's there.
No, I don't mean Julie. Sorry, Julie, I do not know. I don't mean I'm talking to you yet, but Julie says she knows. Okay, good,
Okay.
Julie, and you're with me. Okay. So Paula, listen. You think this is hard.
I think it's slow.
Is it hard or is it slow, or because it's slow, it's hard?
There you go.
Which is it?
Slow, because it's slow, it's hard.
Okay.
But, however, I understand that my body has been through a lot in the last year, and I need to be kind to myself. And that the pace at which this happens should not be the priority.
Well, let me tell you what right now. Why do you think 13 pounds in 12 weeks is slow?
Oh, because I'm probably comparing to how quickly I could lose weight before.
Oh, and Julie says it's not slow. Okay, well, according to Julie, it's not. According to me, I'm thinking it's pretty good, but according to you, it's slow. And what did I start this out with about comparison? And I'm like, maybe it's even I was thinking comparison to other people,
right.
but
But
you
we
know,
can be
we started
comparing
talking
it
about
to our
comparing
past.
yourself to yourself 20 years ago,
Yeah. Yeah.
which is not helpful either, because think of some of the things that you did in order to lose weight fast.
Yeah. Very not healthy. Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
so we really want to see that you cannot put in here anything about this is way too slow,
Yeah.
or I want this to be faster.
Yeah.
Why? What would make it so much better if it were faster? Tell me.
Yeah. I'm not in a hurry.
Yes, you are. You're in a big hurry.
Well, I
I
mean,
don't
I
want to
have
be in a hurry, but I'm in a big hurry.
well, you and I have talked about this in the
Yeah.
past.
What?
I had typically in the past wanted to lose weight for certain events. So a
Yes.
family reunion or
Yes.
Christmas, holidays, family getting together and
Oh, yes.
trying to like I don't know who I'm trying to impress.
Yeah. Well, that'd
They
be
all
interesting. That would be interesting to look at too.
so I have this big family reunion coming up in October, and I'm hosting it for my husband's side of the family for Balloon Fiesta.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, they have recently, in the last year, like around February, January, right before we started, they've seen me at my heaviest. I mean, literally the heaviest I've ever been in my life, except for when I was
Oh,
pregnant.
oh my God. That is
Oh my
terrible.
God.
That
And
is
they still
okay.
love me. They still love
But you're going to see him again,
in October.
and
Yeah. I
and
was hoping that, I was looking better. And then people will say, oh, you've lost weight. You look so good. Ah.
you know what?
Ridiculous.
Well, let's not call it ridiculous, because it's what you're thinking, and it's like taking a little kid who's telling you the truth, and you go and smack them and put them in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
That's just what you're thinking.
It is.
Yeah, it's okay. I thought that for many years. In fact, for a long time, once I stopped losing weight, because I was just kind of staying the same all the time,
Yeah.
I really missed people saying things to me about anything. I mean, like, I look the same all the time. And I still have people always asking me sometimes if I had lost weight when I hadn't lost weight, but people are so used to seeing me gain weight and lose weight.
Yeah.
But it's almost like that's part of the fun of gaining and losing weight.
That's terrible. Yeah. It's
Well,
a
I don't
wrecking.
think it's terrible. I just think it's the way it is because of the way your brain's been functioning.
Yes. Yeah. But I think it's false thinking.
I think you're right. I think it's a thought that won't serve you. I don't think it's false. I just think it's what you've been believing.
Yeah.
Right. And it would be great to be able to go to wherever you're going and feel good in your own skin.
Yeah.
And compliments are wonderful. I mean, I like them. So what?
I didn't tell you,
What?
and Julie's still on the line, but
Yeah, she's here. Oh, she left.
recently mom, because the history of the weight kind of started with my mother at a very young age telling me I needed to lose weight. So she's still now, she's got dementia. And
Yes.
here I'm changing her clothes the other day, and she
Yeah.
says to me, Paula, have you lost weight?
Yeah.
And I was like, wow. Because that's the kind of thing, the feedback that I crave, that I want to have.
And you love it when she says it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because she'll tell me, oh my God, have you gained weight? Your arms are looking heavier.
Oh my God. So much fun to live with somebody like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I mean, you live inside of you. I don't think you're a whole lot better than she is.
But it was interesting to hear from my mom that's, you know, doesn't really have all of her capacities, but she still notices whether I've gained or lost weight.
Well, and the interesting thing is, because I relate to this, because with my mom, who's 89, and she's really quite with it, but she doesn't remember, like, there's a lot of things she doesn't remember, like what she said yesterday.
Uh-huh.
Every time I see her, you know what she says to me? I mean, every time for the last, I don't know how many years. I walk in and she goes, "Wow, you're really keeping your weight down."
God.
Every single time I see her.
Yeah. So you understand.
I understand that the reason a lot of this stuff is in our head is if you see what we're mirroring, what's been mirrored to us, and how good it feels even when you hear it, it still feels good every time she says it. I can feel
Yeah.
myself going, "Oh."
The ego pops up a little bit. Yeah.
It's almost like confirmation. Like it sounds better like coming
Yeah.
from her than coming from me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I just think it's just good for you to see it because it was really good for me to see it. And it kind of makes me laugh. And at the same time, I realize it's just the way it was. And that's why my mind has been the way it is.
Mhm. Mhm.
But it
Mhm.
doesn't have to stay that way.
Yeah.
Right? So contentedness, Julie, will come from your mind. It won't come from outside of you. It won't come from your mom. It won't come from the people who are at the place that you're going. And maybe that's where you want to go in terms of thinking of your result.
Okay.
And, you know, today, like I figure, are you okay if we go over a little bit today?
I am.
Okay. Because I think I'm losing Julie in and out. Like, I don't know if she's here right now again.
Okay.
Like, I think
You
I'm
want to
losing
try to
her.
get her back?
No, she's going to have to get herself back because I can't get her
Okay.
back. So
Okay.
if she's here, but I don't think she is, I think she might be having trouble with her internet. But I just want to keep working with you right now because she'll be able to hear this and so will you. And if she gets
Okay.
back, then I'll be able to coach her too. And then you'll be able to hear that. So
I was
I have time to go longer if I need to, if I can get her back.
So how do we get video with me? I don't know how that works. Why is it not
Well,
coming
I'm
up?
not sure, but if I want to unmute you, if I mute you for a minute, let me see if I can do something. Okay.
Okay.
Uh, I still don't have your picture up. I don't have you up, but I put you in. There you are. I'm going to unmute you. Oh, wait, your camera's off. I hope you're not touching anything. Okay, I don't touch anything and I'm going to
Okay.
unmute you. Oh, wait, I hear you.
Yeah, you hear me now.
Okay, I hear you. And supposedly right now you're a panelist, but I don't see you. So is your camera on? Is your video
Um,
on?
it says the video is stopped.
Can you start it?
Let me
Oh,
see.
wait a minute. It stopped here. Oh,
Okay.
boy. I see it. But I can't see how to undo it because it's not quite letting me.
Okay, here you go.
So I don't know if you can do it from your end.
I'm going to see.
Okay.
I'm going to see.
We'll spend a little more time today since you have it to see if we can get this right. Because I see you're right now, it looks like you're muted and your video is off.
Tap to speak.
I can hear
Okay.
you now, huh? Did you
Okay.
unmute yourself?
I did.
Okay. Can you do
Now,
the same thing with the video?
let me see. Start video. You cannot start your video because the host has disabled it.
I see that, but I can't. It won't let me undo it.
Maybe next time.
I think I'll work on it next time because usually I don't have a problem with it, but right now I'm having a problem with it. So,
Maybe it's just set on audio and not audio video, but I see
oh,
you.
wait a minute. I have one idea very quickly.
Okay.
Try undoing the video now.
Okay. Start video. Host has disabled it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I did didn't work, so I'm going to undo that. Okay, well, I'm going to work on it for next time
Okay.
because I can't quite figure out why. I've got you on. I can totally see that. I can't allow participants to unmute themselves. Active speaker view. I'm going to work on it for next time. I don't want to waste any more time when you can, at
Okay.
least you can see me and I can write and I can hear you and I can totally coach you.
Right.
So let's do that for now. And I think I'm going to have to work with Julie a little bit too on figuring out, because I have a feeling she's going to have internet problems. So she's going to have to be on the phone. So it'll just be where we can hear her, which is great.
Okay.
That's fine too.
Uh-huh.
But we'll figure out how to get you on video so I can see your gorgeous face.
Okay.
Okay. So back to where we were.
I think Julie's still on because it says one attendee call in.
I see it, but I don't see any way I can't do anything with her.
Okay.
You see that on her participants?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
One call in. I see the total. Now I see her. Now I
Yeah.
can do something with her.
Okay.
I see you now, Julie, on there, and I can allow you to talk. So she just came back online.
Oh, there she is. I see that
Yeah,
too.
she's called in. Julie, just stay called in. Don't try to get online. Just stay where you are, and I'm going to get you after I'm through with Paula, and I want you to, you'll be hearing this. And we're going to stay a little bit longer. So, Julie, I'm hoping you can stay on a little bit longer too. I hope. It's all good. Thank you, Julie.
Aw.
Okay. So, listen, she's turned into a butterfly. So, you know, butterflies, they got this thing going. Okay. So, let's go back to you now and let's get this model going for you.
Okay.
Because I think that's where I want to end today, is to have a model in which you can, oh, and just so Julie knows, she said you are awesome, Paula.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thank you. I can't wait to hear her voice.
You're going to hear her in a second. Okay.
Okay.
So what we know is, we know that you think something magical is going to happen when you hit 150. And now we know that's impossible, because the only thing that's going to happen is your mind is either going to think something different or it's going to think the same.
Correct.
Right?
And before we get too far into this model,
Yes.
I think my thoughts, because I am so goal oriented,
Yeah.
becomes, oh gosh, if the result is 150, that's a lot of weight for the next 6 months. That's probably not going to happen. That's
fine.
my thought.
I know. Well, that's so 150. So you want to make it
disappointed. Then I'm disappointed because I had this goal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's make a goal.
Okay.
For 6 months that we think we can do.
Okay.
Let's put that as the goal. I like that. I just started with all of this because of all of the chatter you got in your head.
Right.
Right. That's how we started. So in terms of a goal, we can have anything we want, but you still have to think the same thing. Like if you want to get to 150 or you want to get to 165, we still got to figure out what's going to go on up here and what's going to go here.
Right.
And what I want to show you guys is that whatever it is doesn't change.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Right. That's why what I want to do is get you here now
Right.
so that you can get here. So let's come up with a goal, a weight goal.
Okay. So, so 165 would be about 12 pounds away, a little more than that, 14 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying, I want to know what's healthy for me to do in 6 months
It's all
without,
healthy. I mean, without restricting. Guess what?
yeah,
Guess what restricting is?
a feeling.
Yeah. And so is temptation. I'm going to switch it around again, but I just want you to see this is the problem you think you have. It's
Mm-hmm.
temptation and restriction. I
Mm-hmm.
just want to be able to get here without this.
Yes.
Well, sweetheart, has got nothing to do with it. You're saying, I don't want to have to feel tempted and I don't want to make myself feel restricted.
Yes.
And it's got nothing to do with what's going on up here.
True. Okay. So I think the goal should be 162
Okay.
for the next 6 months. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And all you're going to do is you're going to tweak your protocol because I think it's reasonable.
Yeah.
We'll see what your body does. And we'll see what you want to do. And we'll see what your protocol is. And we'll see what works for you.
Okay.
That's just what we've been doing so far. What we know right now with the way that you have your protocol, and it's pretty much stayed the same, I would say, with a drink plan and all of that, right?
Yeah.
Has gotten you to 12 or 13 pounds in
Yeah.
12 weeks.
Yeah.
So if you want to
Yeah.
keep that protocol, maybe that's what will get you there, but we don't know until we see.
Yeah. Okay.
And Miss Go Orientation, if you find that it's going too slow, that's the thought, you either can change your protocol or change your thought.
Gotcha.
But
Gotcha.
no, the temptation and restriction is from a thought. What do you think you're thinking that would make you either feel tempted? Oh, I want to have that and I can't. That
Yeah.
would be a
No.
thought that would create that.
Yeah.
And temptation can be, or restriction can be, I think restriction could come from that too.
Yeah.
And temptation. Do you think that thought?
No. I need my thought had changed to you can have that, just not right now, sweetheart. You didn't plan for it.
And so you can't even go from that to, and I don't want it.
And I don't want it would be really good.
It's like, that's available to you. And I think it would be a beautiful way to be able to go through this is to be able to learn how to lather your thoughts to, I still love the thought is I can have whatever I want. I just don't want it.
Yeah, that's where I want my thought to be.
Mm-hmm. So, and it's like the reason that you don't want it is because it won't get you what you want.
Right. It won't get me what I want. Marvelous.
So you don't believe that right now though, do you?
No, I know it won't get me what I want.
Do you believe that thought right now 100%?
Yes.
You do?
Yes, because the key is the thought I want to have is I don't want it.
Can you think that?
I can start, like you said,
Oh, so the answer
prompting
is
and lathering my thoughts
right.
to start thinking that way.
So let's lather it right now.
Okay.
And we can change the model too, but let's lather it because lathering it will help you get here.
Okay.
It could be I'm going to believe that I can
Yeah.
have whatever I want. I just don't want it. Or it's possible for me to believe that I can have whatever I want. I just don't want it.
I love that thought.
Which one?
I'd like them both.
Julie's going crazy over here.
What's she saying?
We're all the same. We do all the same things. This is great. It's true. That's why I love doing this.
Yeah. Okay, so I want the thought to be I can have whatever I want. I just don't want it right now because it doesn't follow the protocol. It won't help me meet my goal.
I want to believe. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
I want to believe I can have whatever I want. I just don't want it now.
Okay.
Or I just don't want it because it won't help me get what I want.
That one. Yeah.
I can have whatever I want. I just don't want it because it won't get me the result I want.
Get me the result.
I think it's a little long, but I like it right now. You can play with it a little bit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So how does that make you feel when you think, I want to believe I can have whatever I want? I mean, I can't read my writing. I want to believe I can have whatever I want. I just don't want it because it won't get me the R that I want.
Uh-huh.
How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel determined.
Love it. I love when you're determined because can we say where you work?
Yeah, sure.
Uh-huh. Because you work for the FBI. I bet you're really determined there.
Yeah.
I think it would really be good if you'd be determined here
Yeah.
for this because this is like a no-brainer if that's the
Right.
case.
Right. Okay.
And so
then
the result will be 162 off of that belief because look what the A will be is you will stick to protocol.
I will stick to protocol.
And I would add in here something I will continue food journaling. Like this is where we get our A's. Like what are you
Okay.
going to do? But we don't go to the A first like, hey, this is what you do. You're not going to eat this and you're going to do that and blah, 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 right? We do
Right.
this after we get this.
Okay. Yeah. So, yes, my action will be stick to protocol, food journaling, playing.
Do mind body chart.
Yep. Although my
Playing.
mind body chart has been so good, I don't even know how to get it any better.
Well, that's why you keep it because we would like it to, if that's the most boring thing that happens is, oh my God, I'm all fives again. I don't know what's going on. My weight is still dropping. I'm going like, oh, but we might have a thought, but not fast enough.
Yeah.
We'll see. But that's why we just want to have a quick look.
Okay.
And I would also put on here, to tweak my protocol every 2 weeks. Like if you want to change it up or you want to do something different or if you want to test it.
Yeah.
Test protocol every 2 weeks. The result can be 162. The result can be honoring my commitments.
Yeah.
I want to believe. I really like, like to think when you say I want to believe that I can have whatever I want, I just don't want it because it won't get me the R that I want. So it's honoring my commitments. And I would even think in the R line that you could even put in there, just because it's in your mind, something about in the R line, and restriction and deprivation have nothing to do with anything. Oh, no, I don't want it there. It can't be there. It would have to be in a thought. Never mind.
Okay.
Do you like that?
Well, yeah, I mean, restriction and deprivation have no place in this model, really.
Thank you, because you're a thought ninja. You are absolutely right. It's your model you started with.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
your before model.
Yeah.
And that's why that question you sent me was so perfect. Because
It really
basically
was.
you're telling me this is my before model. Is I don't
Yeah.
want to keep restrict. I don't want to feel restricted, and I don't want to feel tempted. As if something could do that to you.
Yeah.
The something is you.
It's all me.
It's all you, baby. Okay?
Thank you.
Is that good? Okay, so I'm going to pull Julie on, and I'm going to stay on probably, I would say, for at least 20 or 25 minutes, if that's okay. They'll go a little long this time, but we're working out the bugs.
I love it.
Okay. All right. So you got your work to do, because this is really getting this model in sync.
Yes.
And then I want to talk about, before I get Julie on too, is it's possible that I could do a Zoom call on Thursday, but it would have to be the 25th of July, not the 18th.
That's fine with me.
Okay, let me see if it's okay with her. And if it's not, you'll just get a free session whenever you want to use it.
Okay.
So I'll decide that when I'm talking to her.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I'm going to figure out how to mute you. Or why don't you mute? Okay, I muted you. Okay, you're muted. And, oh, did I lose Julie again? Oh, here she is. Julie, I've unmuted you. Can you hear me?
Okay, can you hear me?
Ah, Julie, I hear you.
If we get a double echo, let me know, because I'm on the phone as well as the internet.
You're fantastic. And the internet's okay. So I could try to, I think let's just leave it like this. You don't really need both. Because you're trying to see me, right?
Yeah, and the internet's been bouncing up and down.
Okay. All right. So this is perfect.
Wednesday, the tech comes.
Beautiful. So did you hear about the possibility of doing July 25th at 12:30 and as opposed to July 18th?
Works for me.
Okay, so we'll do that, and then we'll go back to the first Monday. So it'll just be like a little over a week later. Is that okay?
Okay, so it'll be,
So normally it's the first Monday of every month and the third Thursday of every month at those times.
and then we would do, you're still gonna do August 5th.
Yes.
Okay. 18th works. I can switch from the 25th to the 18th.
Okay, and I'll tell my assistant, because she's going to end up sending reminders that are not going to be right. So I'll take care of that.
Okay.
Okay. All right. You heard Paula. You see what we're doing.
Yes. Great
Okay.
job.
All right. So tell me, I have an idea where you are, but tell me, I haven't talked to you like in 5 or 6 weeks. So
I am making phenomenal progress, but I still eat when I'm not hungry and
okay.
occasionally overeat.
Okay.
So my focus is on those behaviors and habits and all the thoughts surrounding them.
Okay. So
I recently did a practice where I went through why or what are my thoughts that are impacting my eating, and it was phenomenal.
okay, so I would say that's going to be your before model.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're overeating. Is there certain times?
Generally evening.
Overeating.
The day we've done so much work on the day that I'm doing well during the day, but it's usually late afternoon and evening.
Evening, late afternoon. Okay, are you giving in to urges?
Yes. The urges are the ones where I just want to continue to eat because I like the way it tastes. And then I'm having emotions around them that I'm pushing away.
Okay. So we're going to put the A line first because you're telling me what you're doing.
Perfect.
Okay. So the first thing we want to figure out is where are you now? We know this is what you're doing now. And this is with all the work. So for you and Paula both, let us know that you both have done a lot of work and that the stuff that we're seeing in the A line is nothing compared to what it was, right?
Yes.
Which is very important to note when we do this. But we can see that there are still thoughts lurking that have always been there that are coming up for you still.
Correct. And I'm now actually even identifying some of the emotions more precisely that are generated.
What are they?
Frustration, doubt.
I'm putting it down here because I don't know what we're going to put in the model yet. Frustration, doubt, what else?
Boredom. Those are 3 good ones to start with.
Okay. I want you to choose your favorite.
I want to use the frustration. Because what happens is all of a sudden I will be working on something or thinking about something, and I don't know exactly what I want to do next. And so I get in that little thought loop of, oh, I don't know. I doubt myself. And then I want to distract myself by eating.
Give me an example first. I just want to hear the example and then I'll decide how to do it. Because really in the R line right now, is your weight the same, higher or lower?
Exactly the same. It's been exactly steady.
Okay. So weight is the same right now and you want it to change, right?
Yeah, I'd like to go a little lower.
Okay. So that'll be our second model. But with weight the same, we want to see why. Right? And the reason that it's the same as it's been is because of what's going on up here, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. And the reason this is going on is because you're feeling frustrated. And the reason you're feeling frustrated is, give me an example so I can figure out how we want to do this, or you can figure it out.
So I was getting the next sets of classes ready for teaching. And as I was doing them, I started thinking of everything I have to do to get ready, deciding times, deciding dates. And so my frustration started weaving in there because I was not quite sure how I wanted to proceed.
Okay.
I know that sounds like a question, but that's really what was happening.
No. So the frustration is coming from the thought that I'm not sure what to do next.
I think that's a good thought to put in the current state.
Is that frustration or is that doubt? That sounds more like doubt to me.
Yeah.
Or I should know what to do next. I should know what to do next. I should always know what to do next.
Well, and this is layering it on top of everything else I do. So it's also, where am I going to find the time and to accomplish everything I want to accomplish? So I think that's where the frustration comes in, because I have less doubt in my capabilities, my skill level,
Okay.
Pulling it off.
So there's not enough time to do everything I want to do?
Yeah.
I've heard that before from you.
You have.
There's not enough time.
And I've been rereading the book again too.
Oh, good. But so the circumstance, as the circumstance, we're going to put staying on protocol and working.
Excellent. And so Paula knows this is my hobby, Polly. I teach painting on the side.
Yeah, I didn't have you talk about yourself that much.
That's okay.
Uh-huh. So, and I think that this is important because it's not just geared to any one situation. It's just something that you have in your mind a lot that will cause you frustration because there's not enough time. And I really think if you take it further, it's your own expectations of yourself.
I think we have taken that further and it just keeps coming up.
Yeah. So maybe instead of there's not enough time is I can't do everything I think I should do.
Yes.
You like that? Because then it's getting like more general. But if you think about work, I mean, you can just think about staying on protocol in your life.
I like that.
And Paula, you could do the same thing when we're talking about being on protocol and all of that. It's like life and being on protocol as the circumstance. I really like that even better. I can't do everything I expect myself to do, or I can't meet my own expectations. You tell me. I'm just throwing them out there.
I can't meet my own expectations.
It sounds kind of a little bit of your mind chatter that I've heard in the past. I can't meet my own. Oh my God. Yeah. And then, so you feel frustrated. Frustrated, -10 is the worst. 0 is neutral.
I'd say 7.
Really strong.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so when you're that frustrated, what you do is you overeat in the evening, you give into urges. And this is my guess because I can't meet my own expectations. Of course, your result is your weight doesn't change.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And probably you don't get as much done in your result line.
It takes me longer.
Takes you longer
Mm-hmm.
because in your A line, you're probably busy up in your head beating yourself up. You're taking the time to do that instead.
Yeah, not only beat myself up, but eat out of it.
Well, wouldn't you think that when you're beating yourself up, that would lead into giving into urges, overeating, eating, and all of that?
Mm-hmm.
But it all goes in the A line, and then your result is you weigh the same, and you can't meet you prove your thought that you can't meet your own expectations. Congratulations. It works.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
The model is amazing.
The model is amazing. So what we want to do for this first call is to figure out where you want to be in 6 months. And I think it's more than just the weight, though. I think it's more like meeting my own expectations. It's like, like, what are your expectations? Why can't you meet? What's so hard about your expectations that makes it so hard? It's like, or maybe the result is just being happy with myself and my weight and being at the weight that I want. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this is great because where my mind was going before was that I wanted to eliminate the overeating, but we're now
Right.
getting to the real source.
Of course. Right? Because this is the thing. It's like you guys know how to lose weight. You're losing weight. You've lost. We didn't even. Well, I think if Paula heard your podcast, that she knows that you've lost 100 pounds. So it's like you know how to do that.
Yep.
Right. But what you're fine tuning now is how to figure out how to manage your mind so that your actions aren't these. because you can never meet your expectations doing this stuff with this thought. It's impossible.
Let's ladder this baby up.
All right. So we'll start with the same C is your protocol and life and working with me for 6 months, which is really the exact same circumstances was. I'm not changing it. I'm just kind of adding to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's exactly the same C. Okay, and what do you want your result to be? We're going backwards. What do you want your result to be in 6 months?
I might want a result that I am meet my own reasonable expectations. And I'm happy with myself.
Let's see. So you don't want it to be a number. You want it to be more of
No, because a number will take care of itself.
I like that.
I'm comfortable in my body right now. It's the overeating and the negative thoughts that I give into or don't
Okay.
allow to go through my body and my mind.
So what you're saying is you're good with the number in your body, but you don't want to have that number with those kind of A's.
Correct.
Okay. So the result is that you want to be able to, what you want your result to be is you want to be able to eat when you're hungry and stop when you're full and not give in to urges.
That's what I had in one of the models.
For your result?
Yes.
Do you want that for 6 months from now?
Yeah, I think it's perfect.
Okay. Eat when hungry. Stick with protocol. I mean, that's all we're saying is you want to stay on protocol, right?
Yeah. It is the protocol. And we had other things in there too but that's the base of it.
Still working it a little bit. I'm thinking about it, the R line. Because I want to work backwards. So I really like, what do you like? What would just make you jump up and down after 6 months?
Total thinner peace.
Okay, what does that mean?
That means I eat when I'm hungry, I stop when I'm satisfied, and when an urge or a negative feeling comes through that I usually creates an urge, that I'm masterful in being able to just let it ride, let it go through me, acknowledge it, and as a result, don't eat, but give myself exactly what I need.
This is the only thing I want to say about that. I just want you to think about it because I still give in to urges sometimes and I still overeat at times. So,
Got it.
so I just want you to think about.
That might be a little too robust then.
Well, it's like, I think it's more like how fast can you just bring yourself back without any type of judgment or punishment. So it's like maybe the result is to stay on protocol, but if you get off, you bring yourself back with self-compassion. And I think that will make it happen less and less.
Yeah, and that self-compassion.
In the result line too, is what I'm thinking for you. it's because like I mean I mean there are definitely, I'm sure there are people who absolutely totally never have an urge again and never overeat. I am not one of them.
Well, I don't believe that that's going to happen 100% for me either,
Okay, well that's really good to know because that's we're working on here.
because it's managing through them.
Yeah,
And like you said, how quick can I rebound? If I
yeah.
start it, how quickly can I stop it?
And how fast can you learn from it?
Exactly.
Right? Because I think the more you learn from it, the less and less you're going to do it, and the more you can just bring yourself back to the present moment.
Deb,
Yeah.
Julie,
Hi.
I wanted to jump in just for 1 second. I chatted a couple things. I'm not sure you're seeing my chat, but
Well, yes, yeah.
okay. For me personally, if I can just share one point.
Please, I'm so glad you can just come on like this. I think this is the way we're going to do it. I like this. Go ahead.
It's cool.
I also have historically, I think as women, we put a lot of expectations on ourselves, like maybe too many expectations in a
You think?
day's worth of time. And so one thing that you had taught me was, you know, even at work, I would just sit at my desk and just work. And then I'd be like starving and realize I hadn't fed myself. I hadn't got up from my desk and moved around.
Mhm.
And then I would overeat when I did eat because I was just so hungry.
Yeah.
And you taught me how to put space in my day and basically, I hate to say it, but kind of lowering the expectations that I had for myself at work and at home. Like even with my mom, remember I was feeling like I had to cook her gourmet meals when I got home from work, and I was like, no, it's okay. I can just make her a sandwich. It's okay to lower all of that, to give space in my day, to put me number one.
Mm-hmm. Which is in some ways, it's like maybe you learn how to prioritize yourself by allowing yourself more room and space, even to make mistakes.
Yeah.
Because I think I just think it's a really good point. And I think for today, I think the most important thing, because of what Julie's bringing up, is that, you know, to never do that again is almost like, really? Like, how many times do we say, I'll never do that again? You know, it's like, how can you give yourself space to say, but if I do, I'll sit with myself, I'll figure it out, and I'll move forward. It's like, you know, what do you do like when your kids make mistakes or when they don't do what they say they're going to do or whatever? It's like you help them by being more compassionate with them.
Absolutely.
To get more of what they want. So if you want more, it's almost like you have to be easier on yourself, not harder. But instead of like, maybe it's like, instead of the expectations, maybe it's in the R line is learning self-compassion, Julie. Having self-compassion.
Definitely think self-compassion is one of it. Reasonable expectations.
I mean, like if you want to have an expectation, that would be a really good thing, unless you beat yourself up when you don't. I just think it's a really good point. And I think for now, like when we're lathering, I think what's important is that it's almost like in order, it's like, I think you should get whatever it is you want. I really do.
Absolutely. And
so it's like
in my mind also comes
Mhm.
developing reasonable boundaries.
With yourself.
With myself and what I expect and what I know I can do.
Well, I think you can do a lot.
I
I know. I
overestimate what I
know.
can do.
I know.
Mhm.
And so, like, if the overeating is coming from the frustration of how you think about yourself, right? So,
Correct.
how do you want to feel? You don't want to feel frustrated. How do you want to feel?
Um, Joyful comes to my mind first way, but I'm confident.
Or what about compassion?
Well, that's the theme we have going right now. It's
I
really
think
good.
so. I think more and more as you're talking, like, I really feel like you've done a lot of work with that, but I can see in not talking to you for a while that your brain just wants to go back there, right?
Yes.
Like, it seems like I think when we were talking more frequently, you could bring it back easier. Tell me where I'm wrong.
No, I don't think you're wrong at all.
Okay. So then that's what you want to be able to manage in your mind a little bit better, because you can see that that is a strong belief system that you have about yourself. And it's exactly what Paula said, is about, like, women in general, about we just put so much on ourselves as if that's a good thing. But we end up feeling so bad. We end up feeling so frustrated all the time. And in our frustration, we end up doing things that hurt us, which is why in your A line, it's everything that hurts you. It's nothing that helps you. It's like, if your frustration was helpful, I'd say you should keep it, but it doesn't.
Exactly.
So what would help you? That's your 6-month goal.
Well, I got confused in this model because we had self-compassion.
I got a
and
lot going
result
on. We
line.
have to just narrow it down to a model now. I've talked a lot about a lot of things. It's like, you got to start choosing now. I've thrown a lot of stuff out, a lot of stuff going on. But I think we can narrow it to, like, the gist of what I think for you is the way that I think that you treat other people on a daily basis is how I want you to be able to treat yourself, because you know how to do it like nobody knows how to do it.
Mhm.
Right? Like,
Correct.
you're a star at it, right? In fact, you get paid a lot of money for it.
I do.
I think that's just what you want to be able to do for yourself, to think that you deserve that, as opposed that you deserve to be harder on yourself to help you get more. I think that's your model, is the harder I am on myself, the more I'll get. Yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm writing here, trying to think of
Yeah,
a way
I
to
know. We're
word
kind
it.
of working it.
Mhm.
And I don't mind if Paula wants to pop in or whatever. She can pop in. I like kind of popping in on these calls. I think I might do it like that from now on.
Well, what I'm finding out is the expectations that I'm putting on myself. It's similar to the weight loss thing,
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
trying to get kind of results from the people around me and feeling, oh, she's such a hard worker. Look at
Right.
all that she
Right.
does. Needing that feedback that, I'm worthy, right? Because I can do so much. But it was killing me in my health and my mindset. Frustration is definitely key in that. Like,
Yeah.
I can see myself getting in that mode even sometimes, like getting ready for this little vacation. I'm doing laundry, I'm packing, I'm grocery shopping, I'm getting all this stuff together, and I'm like, why is nobody helping me? Well, duh, I didn't ask for help. Sometimes I get caught up in that, and when I can feel the frustration,
Mm-hmm.
then that's literally when I need to take a break or ask for help.
Or
Like,
just
I
manage,
need,
or manage your mind. Your
yeah, like
frustration is not coming from what people are doing or not doing.
right,
It's coming from your mind thinking that you should do it all.
right.
So before you can ask for help in the A line, Like you can ask for help and be frustrated, or you can ask for help in a totally different way.
Like knowing up front that today's going to be a lot, so I need to, plan it out and see if there is space in there where somebody can jump in or help.
I think the
Yeah.
most important thing before I finish up with Julie is this. It's like you have to manage your mind first. So you don't have to see what your day is going to be like. You can decide.
Right. We get to choose.
You get to choose how you want to think about your day to begin with.
Yeah.
Right? You don't see what falls from the sky. Because I'll tell you what's going to fall from the sky with your thinking.
Right.
With the big day that you just told me about. It's going to be that kind of a day that's going to fall from the sky. So you're going to have to manage it first. Manage your mind.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
So is Julie's frustration mainly surrounded by her work?
I would say Julie can talk, but I would say for Julie, and she can talk for herself, is that it's surrounding her mind probably around most things. Tell me where I'm wrong, Julie.
You're exactly right. You know me well.
Yeah, I would say it's the same thing for you, Paula, too.
Yeah.
Right. And so that's what we want to learn. We're not going to change our lives. We're not going to change the people in our lives. We're not going to change our work. Nothing has to change. People don't have to do more for you in order for you to feel better. You've got to manage your mind. If you want to feel better, then you have to manage how you want to feel.
Mm-hmm.
So for today, because this gets into a lot of stuff that we'll get into as we have our calls, but for now, I want Julie to come up with some kind of a laddering 6-month model.
Yeah.
Because I think
So
that's
I've got a protocol. The thought I just wrote in is that I can learn to treat myself with self-compassion and and develop reasonable expectations. But that's two things. We got to cut one out.
Let me hear them again.
With compassion and reasonable expectations.
No, say the whole thought.
I can learn to treat myself with self-compassion and reasonable expectations.
I just think self-compassion. I don't think you need, I think if you have self-compassion, you'll have more reasonable. I don't even know what a reasonable expectation is.
I was thinking the same thing as we started going through it.
Yeah,
I knew I had to cut
that's where
one
your
out.
brain goes, God, if I leave it up to you for what a reasonable expectation is,
That might not be a good thing.
I don't think so. So it's like, I almost think it could be like, I want to treat myself the way I treat the people in my life I love the most.
That's good.
Do you want that?
Yes.
I think this is a good model for me too.
You can have it.
Okay.
You mean off of your off of your 6-month model, Paula?
No, just this is
In
another
general.
one that, this is another
sure.
thing that I struggle with. Yeah.
I want to treat myself the way I treat the people I love the most. How does that make you feel, Julie, when you think it? Does it change a feeling for you? Do you buy it?
I don't buy it yet.
I don't think so. Okay. Do you want to believe that you can?
I believe I can.
I want to believe that I can treat myself, or I want to learn to treat myself the way I treat the people I love the most.
Let's use learn.
Because you like learning.
Mm-hmm.
I want to learn to treat myself the way I treat the people I love the most. How does that make you feel?
To be honest, there are times where I let the people I love the most down. But I love them inherently, and I have a lot of self-compassion for them. But there are other thoughts that pop into my mind.
What's the feeling when you think that? I want to learn to treat myself the way I treat the people I love the most. Does it create a feeling for you? Or does it just create doubt?
It creates a little apprehension.
Okay, so we're not there yet.
No, and because there are times that when I talk about treating the people I love the most, when we talk about work, one of the things that I could do to treat my husband the best is always make it home from work on time.
Okay, so those are more expectations you have on yourself.
Exactly.
Right. Okay, so isn't that what you want to do? So do you want to learn how to treat yourself? We're going to take that out. How about I just want to learn to treat myself kinder?
That's awesome. That one brings peace.
And so you can do peace or you can do compassion. Is it peace?
I like compassion.
Does it make you feel compassion?
It gives me peace.
These are just how models look, you guys, when you're just doing your own models. This is right. This is how it is for you when you're doing them, I hope. It takes a while to get a model together. Okay. All right. And so your A line from I just want to learn to treat myself kinder, and it brings you peace, then what will happen to you around eating?
It's going to calm down. I will eat on protocol.
I would just say less overeating, eating on protocol, talking nicer to myself. And the result will be either staying on protocol and being kinder. And anything else in here, I mean, it's like, if I want to learn to treat myself kinder, the result is going to be based on less overeating, talking to myself in a nicer way. Maybe it's almost like allowing myself to make mistakes can go in your A line without beating yourself up. Stop punishing self. Yeah?
Yep.
And the result is I'm kinder to myself based on the thought. See that?
I'm there.
Good. Now, I mean, you guys can use each other's models, but for the basis, like Paula, if you want to keep what we did, then that's how you're going to really practice your thinking.
Yeah, I want to keep what I have. I
You
just,
want to,
yeah.
you want to practice that thought in the next couple of weeks is practice. And then what you both want to do is as you're practicing this thought, you want to see if any negative feelings come up that would create doubt, and then you work the model on that if it comes up.
Okay.
Because sometimes it will, when you're practicing these new thoughts.
Right.
So that's what I want you to do. And then what I want to start doing in the next couple weeks is talking about the idea of what can be a powerful question that you can ask yourself every day that will help you go towards this.
Okay.
And then we'll talk more about that next time.
Cool.
Okay, are you good for now, both of you?
I'm great.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. And then we will resume on, and I will tell my assistant, it will be July 25th at 12:30 p.m. Central.
12:30 p.m. Central.
Which is, instead of the third Thursday of the month, it's going to be the fourth Thursday.
Okay.
I think are you an hour off, Paula? Aren't you 1:30?
Yeah, so I'm on Mountain Standard Time. So it's actually earlier, right? No, later.
Yeah, you're an hour
later.
earlier. Paula, you're an hour earlier.
earlier.
Yep,
Yes.
hour earlier.
Okay, you
So
guys
what
work.
about
You work.
where are
it.
you, Julie?
Minneapolis.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Not
so
exactly in Minneapolis, but
okay, so this is what you guys are working on, and then email me with any questions, and especially the week before the call, let me know what you want to talk about. Just like you
Okay.
would, so that I can make sure that I attend to what needs to be talked about. What comes up for you,
Wonderful.
okay? And then I'll work on the videos for next week.
Okay,
I mean,
I'm
not for
glad to
next
have this.
I'm
Not next week.
excited.
Not next week, right?
No,
have any-
July 25th.
We have nothing next week. Okay,
July 25th, 12:30 p.m. Central.
got it.
Okay, and you guys will get recordings of this.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, bye guys. Have a
next
great
time, Julie.
day.
Bye.
goodbye.
Bye.